This is a short little video, hopefully, showing a concept for sequencing heel-toe segments in a way to represent kind of different speeds of walking and different directions. And walking backwards would sequence heel and toe in reverse. For example, it would be more of a toe heel. This was built in Max. I'm using pretty limited variations. I think there's only 3 samples of heel, 3 samples of toe, 3 samples of grits, rough grit and a fine grit, and a rough scuff and a fine scuff, and gack, which kind of represents a weapon or something that you're holding. Cloth, all separate, all is being modulated a little bit for random pitch variations, and there's also built-in modulators on the volumes, which is nice to kind of have a flow of varying volume. So let's just start her up. This is just the heel and toe content, and I'll just demonstrate a walk. And it's still a walk, but it's the pace has kind of increased between the 2 samples. And then the same content and getting into a jog. And grit is a texture layer that, could be applied to any surface in any amount. Is sort of the idea. And same with like a rough grit or a fine grit or a combination of both. I find that it's always nice to have a little bit of that modulation. Sprinting is a different state, so it's actually different content. The scuffs come in to kind of sell the sidestepping and walking backwards. You'll dig in a little bit. So if walking forward is pretty clean, when you walk back, it's just a bit of a scuff gets added. Forward. Same with side, but with the side, it's not a toe heel. It's still a heel toe with a scuff. And that's all tunable for the amount of volume, and gack, and of course cloth. A little bit of modulation. You can have a little or a lot. Yeah, it could be interesting to increase the cloth on the sides, because you're kind of dragging your thighs might kind of cross over a little more or something. It's also controllable with an Xbox One controller, which I find it's fun to have this game control feedback. The sides and the backwards you really do need, and it's meant to have a scuff to differentiate it. And then clicking on toggling the left stick down does this sprint steady. I think I have a sprint cloth has like some rattle. It's just a part of the cloth. That's basically it. So this is kind of just to show that, you know, just sequencing those little bits, and they're tiny, kind of small samples, I think is something to try. So that's it for this video. Cheers. See you next time.